nothing, nothing, nothing. Trump's announcement, boom. Virtually no trading going on until 6:49 a.m. 3,000 trades happen. 15 minutes later, Trump makes his announcement. Those traders make big money. And I don't know a lot about oil trading. If I did, I wouldn't necessarily be a television anchor. But our next guest knows a lot about insider trading. The man who went undercover to help the FBI solve the largest insider trading sting. His name is Tom Hardin, known as Tipper X, author of Wired on Wall Street. Hey, Tom, thank you. Good to see you. If you were at a hedge fund and somebody gave you this kind of tip, A, are these the kind of bets you would make, and B, would you know that you shouldn't?
Well, you would know you shouldn't because it's information that's not public, and it's right before a presidential a true social post. And the issue, Leland, with this is in the stock market and equities, the SEC can investigate those cases. They have nice surveillance to track these trades. The problem in the oils and futures markets is they're regulated by the CFTC, which has a smaller budget and less of a mandate and less of a history with bringing these insider trading cases. So if we were talking about stocks, it would be pretty clear. But with futures and oil markets, it's just the investigative tactics aren't at the same level, unfortunately, right now.
Well, and don't call me a conspiracy theorist, but I would suspect that the extraordinarily sophisticated investors who would be up at 6:49 a.m. on a Monday morning, who could put down $1.5 billion in contracts, probably know that.
Yes. And the first thing investigators do here is you work backwards from those trades. So if they were investigated, you pull the records from the clearinghouses and the brokers, you identify which accounts placed the orders. The challenge with the oil markets and the futures markets is that the oil futures trade globally. So those trades, Leland, could have been routed through accounts in London, Singapore, Dubai. And so tracing them back to a specific person with specific knowledge is an enormous investigative lift. It's doable, of course, but it takes resources, subpoena power, and international cooperation.
Yeah, it also takes the Department of Justice, which can do that, wanting to find the person who would have traded and made money based on this information. There is this new movement in what they call the predictive markets. That's Polymarket and Kalshi and others. That insider trading isn't a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Bets of 1,000 or more made that the U.S. would strike Iran by the following day. A couple bets in January 18th, a few more January 28th, and then surge in bets on Friday, February 28th, right before the strikes happened, of more than $1,000. People were betting because they had inside information. Should we just do away with insider trading laws?
I think it's important still to have the laws because it's all about trust in institutions. And when people see somebody making that much money in the oil markets, when the price of oil goes up and down, and affects all of us, our grocery prices, our gas prices, and we see that happening, we start, I think, as Americans to lose trust in the system. So I think we still should have insider trading laws. If we have the laws, we should also prosecute them.
Yeah, I would also, though, say the irony, though, is that you were once an insider trader, right?
I was a young analyst, no excuses. I felt everybody was doing it in my industry, was placed 4 illicit trades, was dropping off my dry cleaning one day in Manhattan and turned around and saw 2 FBI agents. They flipped me. I helped them build cases. And then Leland, the FBI invited me to speak years later about my case. And the last 10 years, I've been sort of making lemonade out of lemons, trying to prevent this behavior
yeah, but
in the world.
You said something really important. And anybody who's willing to own up to their mistakes, I admire you, and we're glad to have you. But you just said you thought everybody was doing it. Does that really mean everybody's still doing it? We know Congress does, but are all the hedge funds too?
The hedge funds, I think, are much better now. The issue is, you mentioned Polymarket, and that's where it's migrated. So the insider trading is always ahead of the regulator. And the insider trading today, that behavior is pretty evident in Polymarket because the bets are so simple.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's also pretty rampant here on Capitol Hill because members of Congress seem to have exempted themselves from those laws. Hey, Tom, this was a great conversation. You were the perfect guest. Thank you.
Thank you, Leland.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.